working for you in high definition. This is Channel 4 News Today.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Channel 4 News Today. I'm Ann McCloy. Thanks so much for getting up early. It's a great day to do so because we've got some really good weather in store, so you can take advantage of the entire day, starting at 6:30.
You know, not to sound overly optimistic or anything, but we have been using the word this morning, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You can see all the rain from yesterday is gone. It disappeared in the overnight hours, and now we're looking at, it's going to be a great day.
Looks like a perfect map right there.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, we're going to check in with you, get more on the forecast because some rain later this week. Chances?
Later in the week, yes, and then
All
we'll
right.
warm up a lot, but today, 10 degrees below normal today.
All right. We'll check in with you in just a few, Nancy. Thank you so much. For the second time in just over a week, a person in a wheelchair has been killed while trying to cross an intersection. The latest incident happened just before 1 this morning along Murfreesboro Pike, and police say it was a man in a motorized wheelchair who was trying to cross the road outside a crosswalk, but then he was hit by a Cadillac Escalade. Medics rushed him to Vanderbilt Hospital where he died. Police say that he was wearing dark clothing, and the wheelchair he was in was also dark in color. Officers on the scene, they don't plan to file any charges against the driver, but just over a week ago, a woman in a wheelchair was struck and killed in Clarksville. At last check, that incident is still under investigation. An armed robber snuck up on a gas station clerk in West Nashville overnight, and the holdup happened around 11:30 on White Bridge Road. Police say the clerk was restocking some shelves in the cooler when the robber slipped in, flashed a handgun, started demanding money. The clerk handed over the cash and the robber ran off. Police searched the area with a canine team, but the robber got away. Hundreds of Fort Campbell soldiers received a hero's welcome overnight as they returned home from Afghanistan. Listen to those screams and cheers. These smiling troops are members of the 1st Brigade combat team, standing proud there in front of their families. More than 300 of them arrived on a red-eye flight that did not get here until 2 this morning. And now they're back home. Many of the soldiers plan to keep the celebration pretty low-key.
Enjoy a beer on the couch together and see our dog.
There may be some drinks involved. See the dog.
Yes, see the dog.
The soldiers have been away from their families for nearly a year, and we're glad to have them back home. Tennessee will be a hotbed of political activity this week. Later today, U.S. Senator Rand Paul and Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn are heading to Franklin for a campaign fundraiser. Proceeds from the $50 a plate dinner will support State Senator Jack Johnson's re-election effort. Tomorrow, Paul and fellow Senator Lamar Alexander will visit a Nashville charter school with the Tennessee Education Commissioner, that's Kevin Huffman. The senators have introduced legislation aimed at making it easier for states and communities to create charter schools. Alexander says that charters give teachers the freedom to use their own good judgment and provide parents with more options for their children's education. On Tuesday, President Obama is heading to Chattanooga. He plans to visit Amazon's fulfillment center and deliver a speech about the economy and middle-class jobs. During a recent interview with the New York Times, the president said America's growing income gap has undermined many people's belief in opportunity and upward mobility. He also says that without changes, economic growth will be slow and the income gap will continue to grow. The president's visit comes as a plant in West Tennessee announces mass layoffs. Nashville-based Innovated Hearth Products plans to close its manufacturing center in Union City. CEO Mark Klein says the move will allow the company to stay competitive. IHP makes fireplaces and other heating accessories. More than 250 layoffs are expected. Dozens of protesters gathered outside Congressman Scott Desjardins' office on Saturday. The group is urging Desjardins to support an immigration reform bill that's stalled in Congress. Desjardins has already expressed opposition to the plan, saying it would provide amnesty for millions of illegal immigrants without securing the nation's borders. Supporters say the plan would have a dramatic impact on families right here in the mid-state.
We are an immigrant nation, and that's what makes us strong. We have the ability to bring all the different groups from throughout the world together and work together.
Senate Democrats are planning to hold a number of events around the country to pressure House Republicans into action. Almost to 6:35, an environmental protest took center stage in downtown Nashville. Yesterday, the Sierra Club sent kayakers to the Cumberland River to draw attention to the pollution in the water. The group is pushing for tougher limits on toxins for coal-fired power plants.
Currently, regulations we have been in place for 30 years. They're very inadequate. While they get the solids out of the water in their ash ponds, they don't get the dissolved metals out of it. We're talking toxic metals.
In April, the Environmental Protection Agency proposed the first ever national standard for toxics dumped into waterways from coal plants. Today is the last day of summer for nearly 100 Nashville students. Tomorrow, Purpose Prep Academy opens its doors to 96 kindergartners. The kids will be the inaugural class at the charter school, and students at Metro's traditional public schools head back to class on Friday. It is exciting to go back to school. The first week is always fun, and at least the first couple days in the forecast next week looking pretty good, right, Nance? Definitely. All right. Officers are taking a break from patrolling the streets to do a little shopping.
Do you like cars?
It's the Back to School Shop with a Cop event. Franklin police officers are going to be helping more than 100 kids pick out stuff they'll need for school this year. And it's all happening at the Walmart in Cool Springs at 7 o'clock this morning. Coming up here. A student getting ready to start college now has a free ride to get him there. Literally. How cool is that? Wyatt Johnson Automotive created a contest for students who took and passed advanced placement classes. The prize, a brand new car. There were 2 rounds and each student got a key to a car. First, they had to get the car door unlocked. If they did, then they got the chance to start the car. And Nathan Rowe was the big winner. Congrats.
I was really not expecting to win anything at all. It's pretty interesting because I was the last one to come up for the first round, and I opened the door, and then I was the first one to come up, and the car just starts.
Congratulations. Rowe just graduated from West Creek High School and plans on attending Austin P in the fall. Other students took home laptops and other gadgets to help them continue their academic success. Garth Brooks may feel too young for his latest achievement. And remember this clip? FedEx steps into action after a viral video. A live picture. Here's downtown Nashville this morning. Those high-rises looking nice in that clear sky. Sun is rising. Beautiful forecast. Nancy will be back with more details on that. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Look at the Tennessee Tower. I love the sky this morning. So beautiful. Getting you energized to get up, enjoy the day. It's going to be a nice one. Russia has launched a rocket to the space station with a repair kit for a spacesuit. One of the spacesuits started leaking water into the helmet during a spacewalk earlier this month. About 18 ounces of water built up in the helmet, and the mission had to be canceled early. When the astronauts get the toolkit, they're going to try and fix the suit and figure out why it started leaking to begin with. An unmanned rocket took off yesterday, was filled with fuel, food, and other supplies. NBC has announced that they're going to make a mini-series about the life of Hillary Clinton. The 4-hour show will start in 1998 when Clinton was First Lady during her husband's second term. From there, it will cover her career as a senator, her run for president, and her tenure as Secretary of State. Actress Diane Lane is set to star as Clinton in that show. No release date has been set. The Oxford English Dictionary is considering changing the definition of marriage. A spokeswoman for Oxford University Press said the definition will change to include same-sex marriage couples in a future edition of the dictionary. She said they are always monitoring words, and especially those where the usage is changing. The Oxford University Press is in Britain, where same-sex marriage was just approved by Queen Elizabeth this month. FedEx has fired an employee after a video of her throwing packages has gone viral. Check this out. You can see in the video that the woman starts off tossing neatly stacked packages inside, but then she starts chucking them over her head to get them in the truck as far as she can. She's even teaching the guy next to her how to do this. Now, the video was posted on YouTube this past Wednesday, already has more than 600,000 views. Country music star Garth Brooks is a grandpa. Congrats to him. The 51-year-old singer said in a statement yesterday that his first granddaughter was born last week, and her name is Carolyn. Brooks has been in semi-retirement as he raises his daughters in Oklahoma. He says he's considering a full-time return after his youngest daughter graduates from high school next year. That's so cool. Love that news. And I love our news about our weather.
Grandpa Garth.
Oh, yeah, Grandpa Garth. Perfect. 2 G's. All right, so the weather is just... We're just ranting and raving about it. Can't wait to get out of the studio, take a jog later on. You're not going to join me?
No, I'm not. I'm going to let you do that, and I'll stand on the sidelines and say, go, Ann.
Thanks, Nancy. Exactly. Okay, so if you golf, if you're getting up early, maybe to go golfing, you'll like this story. The next time you go golfing, make sure to ask for a hovercraft. Seriously, a golf course in Ohio is offering customers the chance to ride around in these bad boys that you're seeing on your screen, and they even go across water. How cool. A trained pilot will drive golfers around the course, and then you can rent them for $175. They'll be available next month. That's a pretty penny for the hovercraft, though. Here's a live picture of downtown on this beautiful Sunday. The number of the day is 80. We're talking about degrees. Nancy's going to have your final forecast next. Stay with us. Love it when we have good news to deliver, especially on a Sunday.
I know, and we do have good news. I mean, can you look outside at this picture and even think a negative thought?
No.
I think not. Okay. And check out the temperatures this morning. Some of us in the 50s, Hopkinsville at 56 degrees, 64 in Nashville. Overall today, we're looking at a high of 80, which is almost 10 degrees below normal for this time of year. Low humidity, spectacular.
Wonderful. We'll be back at 8 this morning with another hour of news and weather. We'll see you then.